Hi, I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our videos, please like and subscribe. We're doing the big show today.
Big show.
Big show.
See, well, some people may skip this show because a lot of people can't stand the Kardashians, like myself and Nancy, but there's this fascination towards them that we just can't stop watching. And we're going to highlight on one of the biggest scandals that you guys may have missed,
and how it parallels Meghan's alleged pregnancy.
So Khloe Kardashian was married to Lamar Odom. This was her first husband. And she always said she wanted to have kids and she wanted to start a family.
Right away.
Right away. And, you know, they were always trying. And when Kourtney got pregnant with Penelope, it was like, oh, this would be the perfect time because then our kids can grow up and be together.
So Kourtney Kardashian was the first to get pregnant with Mason, her boyfriend Scott Disick, and that's a whole other story. But Khloe was always the one who wanted like the white picket fence and the man to come home to at night because she didn't really have that growing up.
So she married a basketball player.
Yeah, so she marries Lamar Odom after knowing him for like 10 days.
Nothing says stability when you marry a professional athlete who travels the world.
Yeah.
There's nothing more stable than that.
And who you barely know.
Yes.
So at
I
first
think they knew each other 3 weeks.
Yeah, and at first we all liked Lamar. I liked Lamar Odom. I thought he was a sweetheart.
I thought so too. And I was like, oh, that'd be cute if they all had babies together. And we get to see that happen.
Yeah.
Well, they end up getting engaged and they do the whole big wedding thing where they got paid by sponsors. It was they didn't spend any of their own money. It was all sponsorships from Kris Jenner, endorsements, all that stuff. And they actually ended up getting married. Whose backyard was it? It was the woman who owns the Forum with her husband.
the Azos.
The Azos. So the wedding cost them nothing. They just got a ton of endorsements.
Mindy Weiss did the
which she gave for free because she gives everything for free. If she gets a call.
Vera Wang.
You're all for free.
All for free. So it was
it looked like a big to-do for someone on the outside, but it wasn't. It was just one big commercial. And that's what the Kardashians are known for. And everyone can tell me, oh, no, they're not. They're real. No, that's what they're known for. They're known for commercials, endorsements.
So they get married and we're still rooting for them and they want to have babies right away. They say this on Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
They say this to anybody.
I don't think they did any other talk shows besides Chelsea Handler.
They say this to anyone who will listen, that they are on the fast track of having babies. And I believe that with Khloe, because I do believe that Khloe allegedly is not Robert Kardashian's daughter.
No, I don't want to go. I thought we were just sticking with pregnancy.
I'm saying allegedly. I don't think she ever had that real family life. So she really wanted this family life. So Khloe meets Lamar and they buy this house in Tarzana and she tries to have a baby right away. A year goes by.
Yeah.
And instead of going to her normal gynecologist, and to
Kris Jenner delivered all the babies with Dr. Crane,
who Kourtney is currently going to, and Kim ends up going to, Khloe goes to some fertility doctor and he tells her, you're not producing eggs.
I saw the episode.
Which means you're not ovulating.
They do a whole episode. A whole episode
of tests
and all this stuff. And they do interviews with her, and every single interview she's crying, going, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't know. I mean, who doesn't produce eggs? Who doesn't do that?
Oh, Khloe.
Who doesn't?
A lot of women don't produce eggs. And a lot of women who don't produce eggs adopt. They go through surrogacy. They do a lot of things. You are a very wealthy woman and you're making, you know how easy it would be for you to do those things? You're making women who don't have the money to do all those things feel like crap right now.
Yeah, it's a weird mind.
It's just
F.
really,
yeah.
I don't know. And that's when Khloe started to
playing
lose me a
games.
little. But I still felt sorry for her. 3 years goes by with her and Lamar, and Lamar's now
doing
on drugs,
She's
cheating on her. It's
all
long
that
story
stuff.
short, they get divorced. She starts dating other guys, blah, blah, blah.
French Montana,
Yeah.
then whatever.
In walks Tristan Thompson. And boy, Tristan Thompson at the time was playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers along with a well-known basketball player named LeBron James. They had just come back from winning 2 NBA championships. Tristan Thompson had the most beautiful girlfriend. She went to all the games.
Borderline fiance.
Yeah. Everybody respected this woman. Her name was Jordan Craig.
She comes from an affluent family. She's from money.
Her dad was president of the BET. Very good girl, good stock, and his age, perfect. He takes her on trips. She doesn't have to pay.
They're together 4 years?
They're together. I don't know how long they're together.
4 years.
So Tristan and Jordan are expecting a baby.
Yay. We were all happy.
Then we see Khloe in Cabo with Tristan Thompson
And
all his friends. And we're like confused, but they still don't look like romantic. They still look like he wanted to be.
Who took those pictures?
That was Backrid.
Backrid. Backrid took the pictures.
So somebody wanted Khloe. Somebody wanted those pictures to get back to the sweet, pregnant Jordan Craig.
Kris Jenner.
Barefoot and pregnant back in Beverly Hills to see these.
She was still living. No, see a little tidbit. While she was at the Cabo trip, she was still living at their house in Cleveland.
Okay, so the double, yeah,
double whammo,
double whammy. So
that's
he's
the
a jerk.
only reason why Khloe and Tristan would go on all these trips to Jamaica, to Cabo, to Ibiza. They would go to these places because Jordan Craig still lived in their house in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Sleeping in their bed.
Yeah. So what happened was we found out through court papers later that Tristan was giving Jordan Craig money every month with helping with baby stuff. And there was a clause in there saying she was not allowed to date another man.
He also bought her a house in Beverly Hills, California, to be closer to her family during the last few months of the baby, until the baby was going to be born.
Khloe didn't like any of this. Khloe, the day Jordan gives birth to that beautiful baby prince
in
his
LA,
name is Prince in LA. Backrid magically takes pictures of Khloe and Tristan walking in the front entrance of the Bel Air Hotel. I've been to the Bel Air Hotel.
Sounds like a meeting spot.
There's a huge back entrance of the Bel Air Hotel. It's really, why would you go through the front? She was holding his hand. She was acting all, And then a car pulls up. It looked like the nanny took the baby out, brought it in, and then Tristan is holding the baby's car seat, puts it back in the car. Luckily, Khloe didn't have to be involved in that. And that's
when he met his child.
Khloe, who Lamar cheated on her, isn't being nice to Jordan Craig at all.
In the court documents, Jordan goes as far as to say, this was a very stressful time for me. Khloe Kardashian was in the mix. I had to be on bed rest.
Actual bed rest
because of the stress of what the Kardashian family was doing to me. She's being very, very honest, and it was sad because you go, oh my God, this woman's she's intentionally trying to harm this person or harm the baby. And that is scary.
Just make it
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. That happens, and then before you know it, Khloe wants to get pregnant.
Of course.
Now, from us watching all these years with her and Lamar, we're thinking
she can't get pregnant.
She can't get pregnant.
She has problems.
She doesn't
like
ovulate.
A lot of other women.
The doctors said she can't ovulate.
It's
just not going to happen.
So Kim takes her to another fertility expert, okay? And the man asked her, this is the first question, he goes, have you ever tried to get pregnant before?
Okay. You have an awesome sister.
Yeah.
How old are you right now?
32.
You're 32. Okay. Have you ever been pregnant before?
No.
Have you ever tried to get pregnant?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And
But I fake tried.
You can even see Kim's face knowing that she's lying. Kim's
it's
obvious.
really awkward.
Yeah.
It's like the lie and the lie and the lie.
Yeah.
So even the doctor's just like, I don't know. And then she was just like, it wasn't the right time. And I would tell my husband, you know, that we were trying, but then I wouldn't do it. And all this BS that's not true, because she would have given her, you know, everything to have a baby with Lamar, and we all know it, okay? Now, for some reason, then, which is hysterical, they try to do this fake show about Kim wanting Khloe to carry Chicago, be the surrogate for Chicago. This is obviously all BS, because we know what's about to happen. So she then goes into the doctor, and Kim's like, why don't you go just go try. Go see what's going on with your body. And she goes in and she sees her doctor, and he goes through all of it, and he goes.
So the Dr. Wong examines her, and he says that for a woman of your age, 32, I think, he said, you have very few follicles that I'm a little concerned about. He never once asked her, are you on birth control? He never asked her any other questions. I did a little research on this before. Even if you're on birth control, doesn't mean that you don't see follicles. So I don't know what that doctor meant when he said he wasn't seeing follicles. So that to me made no sense. So
he told her to get off everything.
He said, get off everything.
there is a possibility that you being on the pills as long as you have has kind of suppressed your ovaries and not let me see all the other follicles. So get off the pills. And if we do that and things look great, awesome.
And then come see me in a week. And she goes, get off birth control. She goes, I have to see Tristan next week. And then he goes, use a condom. So the whole setup's coming.
Yeah.
She goes back in. She's supposedly birth control free. She hasn't been drinking. Yeah, right. Allegedly. And he sees a couple good ones. And Courtney's with her, and he goes, ooh, there's some juicy follicles. And they make a joke about it. And then she calls Tristan in the car, and she's like, now, babe, the doctor told me, the doctor told me that I have 2 that are looking juicy, they're looking good. And then Courtney goes, yeah, she's got a couple that's about to pull off. And then he goes, oh, I can't wait to see those juicy eggs, girl. And it's just this rehearsed brand of talking of the Kardashians. Yeah. And they talk about eggs, and then he goes, what do you like yours? And then Courtney goes, I like mine scrambled. And then he starts laughing. It's a nervous laugh because it's all scripted.
Yeah.
So then we get to like a couple weeks later, she's pregnant.
She's pregnant.
Oh my God. Like, there are 2 lines.
Yeah. Clear as day.
And she's pregnant in the sense that she didn't go to a doctor. Yeah. She's just holding up a pregnancy stick.
You're telling me this woman who never even had a miscarriage with Lamar. Never even had a scaring.
A scare with Lamar.
Is
she going to buy
pregnant.
A pregnancy stick.
Yeah, so she didn't even go to the doctor. She just saw it with her assistant.
She's pregnant. Doesn't tell her family.
Oh, wow.
Now, this episode really, really was one of those things that I could tell this is allegedly fake.
Allegedly.
Was when when she tells her family she's pregnant. This should be like the
ultimate
episode for
joy.
Khloe. You know how they have the engagement episodes where Kim becomes engaged, or the Travis and Kourtney's wedding, or this
I never
or that.
watched that new series.
No, I know, but I'm saying those are the kind of things. Khloe gets pregnant.
Yeah.
This has been something she's wanted her entire life, and she got
I
pregnant.
felt hollow when I was watching it. I was like, oh.
Because there's nothing in there. Khloe being pregnant was the side story. Kris Jenner getting her earlobes done was the main story. And Corey Gamble fighting with Khloe was some other story that just
wanting
had
him to be
end
a part
the
of it,
show,
just because they have to pay him. It's
Yeah.
like E and Bravo pay that.
If
that
anything,
way.
they just wanted to kind of like gloss over the fact that she's pregnant.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was
she's
weird.
Pregnant,
It's like pregnant.
move
Okay,
on,
let's
don't ask any questions.
Get to other stuff.
And then the next day she appears on Ellen, and she pulled a Meghan Markle in New Zealand and Australia. She ballooned out. Her hair's all
just her
over the
stomach.
place, but it's only her stomach.
So they made a big bouffant hair
She's
to
walking
match
around.
the bouffant
Yeah.
stump pillow, allegedly.
Allegedly, she looked nothing like she did in the last episode or the day before she was seen walking around the street. She was out there.
And in this interview, it was so tacky because she was talking about how great Tristan is when she's pregnant and how he rubs her feet and how attentive he is. Doesn't even mention his first baby mama, Jordan, not even in the slightest bit. So it's just,
No.
she goes, he makes it so much more fun for me. Let me tell you something, he was never around
No.
Chloe.
No.
Okay? He was never around Chloe. And we have proof of that from the motorboating, and we have proof of it from the strippers he was kissing, okay?
Well, we also have proof because Khloe then decides to go to a gynecologist none of the family members have ever been to.
Yes.
And she's in this clinic where everything's blacked out, and her mom never goes with her.
Her mom went once.
Tristan doesn't go with her.
Yeah, Tristan never went with her.
Kim, Khloe.
This is a woman.
These are people who they all go to each one of their appointments with their sisters.
They all
go.
do. They see the gender, all that stuff.
Everything.
But here's the weird thing.
Explain Dr. A.
It's hard to explain Dr. A. It's whitewashed of the internet. They only talk about like her being Iranian, and then her working sometimes for Cedar Cyanide, or she's, I don't know. But the weird thing is she is on reality TV. She did a thing for Halsey when Halsey got pregnant, like a backstage thing. She did a thing for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This woman is in the reality TV show game.
Yeah.
Which is strange because Dr. Crane has been their OBGYN their entire lives. So why did Dr. A suddenly just insert herself in there? It seems a little strange, Nancy.
Now, did you notice that when Khloe did do the announcement with the family, she never said she was pregnant. She said, we're having a baby.
We're having a baby?
Yeah. We're having a baby.
I'd be like, I'm pregnant.
Yeah,
I
I've
mean,
been
that's
waiting
how
for
I
this
would be.
forever.
Yeah, forever.
So
then Khloe starts making up allegedly that there's something wrong with her and she has to be bed rest. And I think the whole bed rest thing was because she just didn't want to go out and have to wear this bump.
She didn't
want to
go out, and she's not going out with Tristan. Tristan's
not taking her out.
He's home.
He's nowhere to be found. So it's
I mean.
embarrassing. So Khloe starts talking about her progesterone levels and how low they are, and how it burns inside her and all this stuff, and all this stuff. And it's
But Dr.
just
A is not concerned.
Dr. A is not concerned. Her progesterone level is so low that the baby could have miscarried. I don't know all these stories.
But Dr. A is not concerned.
But see, this
Allegedly.
is the interesting part. So to me, when I hear that, I think, okay, well, is it a high risk pregnancy?
And this is her first baby.
This is her first baby. It's
in her 30s.
It's a geriatric pregnancy, and her progesterone levels are low. That can't be good, but what are you gonna do? So blah, blah, blah. They go to San Francisco
for the gender reveal.
It's just Khloe, Kim, and Courtney. And here we go. She's big. And this is what I found interesting about the gender. I've never been pregnant, but I could only imagine that if it was a baby growing inside me, I would love it so much. I wouldn't care if it was a boy or a girl. You tell me in the comments below. Is there like an actual, like once you find out you have a girl or a boy, does it even matter after that point?
Matters if they're healthy.
It's your baby, right?
Yeah.
So
Khloe wants Kylie Jenner to call her with the gender of the baby. So they're all sitting at the bedroom, in the bed, and they're all waiting. And she's like, Kylie, tell me, is it a boy or a girl? Tell me. And then Kylie goes,
Kylie, say it! We're having a girl. You're lying.
I'm not lying.
I don't feel
That's
like I'm
so
having a girl.
exciting. I'm like so excited.
it's a girl. And then this Khloe's face looks like she just saw a box full of puppies get run over. She looks just mortified. And Kim looks over at her and she goes, it's okay. I cried when I found out North was a girl too. It's okay. So they're comforting her. They're going, it's okay. It's okay.
this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Khloe
I was shocked.
does not want to be the one to tell Tristan it's a boy.
Oh, no.
Because Tristan's first son is a boy named Prince, and he is a perfect little angel. And
Khloe wanted to have a Tristan Thompson.
she wanted to
the
have
Tristan Thompson.
Tristan Thompson.
And she didn't get one. And this is like going on for like 10 minutes. And even then, now Courtney walks in the room and goes, oh, what is it?
This was not
What?
It's all a girl. It is.
What? I'm shocked.
And then Khloe goes, it's a girl. Oh,
And then Khloe,
and then
who's
Chris,
like super religious, goes, "It's a blessing.
it's a
Baby's
blessing. And then Chris calls. The mom calls, and Chris goes, "What is it?" And then she says it just the same way. It's a girl. And then Kris Jenner goes, Khloe, 3 times I got pregnant. I wanted a boy so bad. And those 3 times I got you girls. I don't know if that was supposed to comfort her. I don't know what planet that was supposed to comfort
It's
her.
Kris Jenner,
so the whole scene,
mother of the year.
the whole scene was rubbish and it was awful. And you
Okay,
just couldn't.
yeah.
We have to go on now.
Moving on now. Then we're thinking, okay, that was the baby moon. They went to San Francisco, whatever. So we're thinking vacations are over now. She's gonna just take it easy. She lives in a beautiful mansion. Just relax, put your feet up, Khloe. You know, this fake pregnancy does allegedly take
a lot out of you.
So they decide to go to Japan.
Yes, because Kanye wants to do a photo shoot of all his new Yeezy clothes.
Now-
this isn't even really for work.
Yeah,
This
so-
is just a...
Yeah, this is a sister trip.
Yeah.
Khloe didn't even have to go on this trip. She goes to her Dr. A at, I think it was like 8 months pregnant, because she was, well, or whatever the moon bump allegedly
around
looked
8,
like.
8
It
and
looked
a half.
about 8.5.
Ah.
She goes to Dr.
the
A
reality
first.
show
Yeah.
doctor.
She goes to Dr. A and she says, should I be worried about anything? Now,
Yeah.
any normal doctor would be like, yes,
This is your first pregnancy.
this is your first pregnancy.
Don't get on that plane. But to all Dr. A says is, move around the cabin.
Take a baby
aspirin and you should be fine.
because it causes blood clots.
Guys out there, don't listen to Dr. A. If you're 8.5 months pregnant, do not
Yeah.
fly to Japan or anywhere for more than 20 hours.
The elevation in Japan compared to California is very high. So the thought of her having more hypertension up there,
Blood
clots, anything, you just don't take the risk.
No.
You just don't take it.
Not that late in the game. No.
But it didn't even seem to bother her. So I'm thinking more
I
and
wouldn't
more.
go at 6 months.
I know.
I'd be scared. I'd be
So
like,
now
"Ooh."
I'm thinking more and more, there's no baby in there,
Yeah.
allegedly. So,
No, and we get to Japan, no swelling, nothing.
No swelling in her legs, no swelling in her arms, no swelling anywhere. She's a medical marvel. She's walking around, she's wearing her tight outfits with her dusters, to make it look like that. So it's a joke. In Japan, I noticed something very, very strange. She pulls a Meghan Markle. You know how Meghan does the squat when she's like 9 months pregnant?
Yeah.
Khloe does this thing on a chair, okay? Now, pretend you're 8 months pregnant and she goes up like this.
Yeah,
Like
that
that.
was weird.
Like this.
That's
like this.
That's hard if you eat a whole
hard.
bowl of pasta.
I know. She's like this the whole time.
So true. Yeah.
So, there you go. And so they get back from Japan. Then they do a Calvin Klein commercial, which is a super tight close set. Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, they're last.
And in the trailer, Khloe Kardashian is crossing her legs with ease with the bump right there. Again, that's impossible. You cannot
And
cross
now
your
she's really
yeah,
into
and here
it.
she's really pregnant.
into it.
Yeah. And she
Allegedly.
goes to Cleveland to have the baby. Now this is all speculation. Allegedly, I believe that's where the surrogate is having the baby.
Yeah, the
and that's it.
surrogate
Yeah,
is in
it's in there.
Cleveland.
It's not in.
Yeah.
And then she goes to Tristan's house, but it doesn't look like he's ever stayed there in his life. He cheats on her, and then they have the baby. Now this was all filmed after all this happened.
It was
because
filmed within 48 hours of each other.
There's absolutely no way Khloe gave birth to a baby in that scene. None whatsoever.
Baby was delivered by the surrogate.
The baby this was a Handmaid's Tale scenario. First of all, Khloe was not in any pain. She was not having any issues. She was eating ice. She was just like, whatever.
Well, the real thing that stuck out for me was when Chris and Khloe always said, they were like, well, what are we gonna do if Dr. A doesn't make it? They'll be doctors.
They'll be doctors.
I mean, I think they'll be there. I think there'll be doctors in Cleveland.
Yeah.
That could deliver babies.
This is the thing.
There could be a taxi cab driver that delivers babies. There's all sorts of people that can deliver a baby. But the way they were saying it was like, what are we going to do?
This scene was already shot up.
And his best friends were there.
Kim was waiting in the wings. Chris was waiting in the wings. Dr. A was already there waiting in the wings. It's just they just needed to know their cue on when to come in.
Yeah, they needed to fool the fans to be like, oh, look how dramatic this is.
And then when they took True and put it on Khloe's chest, that did not look like a newborn baby.
I didn't see any
All.
fluids.
Yeah, no fluids.
Amniotic
nothing.
fluids, no.
And even Khloe's face, she did not look like, this is my daughter. I mean, it was really sad.
Yeah, it was weird. And then,
so
like, Kris Jenner ends up pulling her up, like, the Lion King. It was like...
Yeah.
That whole thing. The whole thing, again, it was like when she announced the baby. It was very hollow to me. And I felt nothing.
Yeah.
I felt nothing.
Allegedly. I don't believe for a second that this was True has any of Khloe's DNA. I personally think it's true.
Allegedly,
Khloe cannot create eggs, and that's very sad for women who can't.
I think that her story...
I
think her story with Lamar was true. I think Khloe just can't produce eggs, and that there's nothing to be ashamed of that. We're women. We still can do badass stuff, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So I don't think,
You don't have to lie about it for money.
And even
because now that's the thing. When you're pregnant, you get endorsements, breast pumps, vitamins for endorsements. Oh, and another thing, sorry, just to pop in there, Dr. A also sells this thing called Trimmer, and it's a diet pill.
well, there you go. There you go.
So I'm just saying, there's so many endorsements, so much money to be had by being actually pregnant, guys.
Yeah. So Khloe took the baby home. She did not breastfeed the baby.
Night nurse and a day
Night
nurse.
a day nurse, and a wet nurse. Who, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying all the things she had. We're never going to know who True's alleged real mom is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Allegedly.
So that's why that's why we're trying to tell you how easy it would have been for Meghan Markle to allegedly fake these pregnancies, because people do it all the time.
People have done it before.
They
and
do
they
it all
do
the
it
time.
for the endorsements and the money. And it's not, if that's what you want to do, go for it.
Yeah.
But don't come crying to me and to everybody in the world saying, it just sucks because I can't have a baby and I can't produce eggs. And then 2 weeks later, I'm pregnant. I'm not pregnant. No, she never said I'm pregnant. I'm going to have a baby. Don't do that, because there are actual women out there that have fertility issues. Nancy's never been pregnant. We don't know what's wrong with her. I'm just saying, probably nothing, dude. But I'm just saying that when some women have fertility issues, and we need to be cognizant of that, okay? And stop doing this like, oh God, poor Khloe, thank God she was able to have children. Oh, and then happens to with the new one, what's the kid's name?
Tatum.
The new kid's name is Tatum, and then that one has to be and then because
can I say she used the fact that she said, well, I had a high-risk pregnancy with True. That's why my doctor said I have to do surrogate this time. You didn't have a high risk.
Why didn't she?
You never were pregnant.
Why didn't? Well, if she had she literally said, I can't have my son unless it's with a surrogate because of the high-risk pregnancy with True. How come during those 9 months of being pregnant with True, allegedly, why didn't she once mention this is a high-risk pregnancy?
Why did you go to Japan?
Why would you go to Japan? Why would you go anywhere? You need to be on bed rest, okay? That's what you need. Okay, just end it now.
Okay.
I think you guys get the gist of what we're talking about.
That is definitely why we allegedly think Meghan Markle faked these pregnancies. They're very easy to do. Hollywood lets you do it all the time.
Because they get a cut.
They get doctors to do it all the time. And then
they get a cut.
The doctors mysteriously disappear. Like Lilibet's doctor, she suddenly closed her practice, allegedly. So that's our video with receipts. Today's dog rescue is Wilma's Dogs in Texas. They've been saving a lot of dogs. And so we want you guys to show them a little love. If you can't just pass their information around, it does make a huge difference. I'm going to put the link in the description below. Again, it's Wilma's Dogs, and they're a great organization.
Yeah, thanks guys. Adopt dogs.
Thanks for indulging us on this
Kardashian
thing.
Extravaganza.
Yeah, I'm so glad Harry and Meghan didn't do anything so we could get this out.
Yeah.
Okay.
As both our phones go off in alarm. What they do now? Okay. All right. We love you guys.
We will see you Wednesday live
at 9 o'clock, West Coast, America.
Pacific Standard Time for Vanderpump Rules
reunion.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys. Love ya.